Good morning everybody, welcome back to southern Spain, sunny southern Spain and the Finca. We've got a bit of a reprieve today with the weather. Maximum temperatures forecast to be 30 degrees C, which is 86 Fahrenheit. Much better than we've had over the previous few weeks. It was 16 this morning and it's currently 22 at 9 AM. Which is a good thing because we're going to tackle the horrendous job that is resealing the water tank today. Really not looking forward to it. It's horrible work. Yeah, just horrible. You'll see, I'm sure, as the day goes on. What else was I going to say? I can't remember. So, yeah, there's nothing more to say. Let's just get on with it. Yes, of course, there's something else to say. This morning, 991 subscribers. How fantastic is that? 9 more needed to get to our magical 1,000. If you enjoy, please consider subscribing. Somewhere down here, little red button. Yeah, it helps us out enormously and helps us to keep on doing what we're doing. So yeah, thank you again. Thank you to all our current subscribers. Thank you to all the people that watch. Hopefully the sound's better on this one. We think we might have cured it. We don't know how long for. Yeah, so now we can crack on. So the offending leaking tank is below me. I put this flooring over the top of it. We've still got, I don't know if you can make that out, about 1,500 litres in there. These are my crew saver boots. They've been repaired here, so I can't really have much more than that because they still leak. So we need to get that down to about 800 litres. Yeah, because they just come straight over the top of my boots anyway, and I don't fancy that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drain some out into the IBCs that are outside. Right, so we've got our hose set up here, going into the IBC. All we've got to do is turn it on. I've checked the power. We're pulling in not far short of 900 watts. We use about 200, 240, just running the fridge, freezer and stuff, which gives us a surplus of, it's too early for me on a Sunday, yeah, 700, 650 watts-ish. The pump's about 500, so we should have plenty to do that. So we'll turn it on and fill it up. There we go. Just have to wait now until it's filled up a bit. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare all the rest of the stuff that I need. So inside, you can hear the pump running. The bottom out there is 1,000 litres and that's empty. We want to be just under 1,000 litres. Right, let's see what else we've got to do. Up there is my tin of resin and the catalyst that makes it go off. So the first job, get that down. Okay, so this is the resin. Resin semi-elastica impermeabilis, blah, blah, blah. That means it's semi-elastic and it's impermeable, which is absolutely perfect for what we want. I did the rest of the tank with this. It's just a coating that I put over the top, which is supposed to make it all white and nice and smooth and everything, and it just peeled off even though I primed it all properly and followed the instructions to the letter. So, right, next. So, while the water's pumping out, we've assembled the rest of the stuff that we need. A pot with a stirring stick to mix the resin in. Scales, digital scales to weigh the catalyst and the resin. It's very, very important that you get the right amount of catalyst into the resin. We've got a head torch so we can see. Got this dark down there. An old brush, very old beaten brush. No point in using a new one because it'll just be going in the bin. Nitrile gloves, disposable, box of. Respirator with chemical filters on it because the smell is horrendous. And last but by no means least, pair of goggles. You don't want that stuff in your eyes. Right, okay, let's go and see how the water's doing. So the ladders are in place. We're just coming down to 1,000 litres now. We'll just give it a little bit more. Let's go and have a look at the IBC's doing. It's getting there. There's just over 800 litres in there. We should be able to get what we want in this. Okay, these boots have been outside for a year. I haven't worn them since the floods in September 2019. So it's nearly 2 years. So I'm going to hoover them out. I've had a fish in. I can't say anything, but you never know. Magic. Right, I'll give him a wipe up on the outside and we'll go and have an inspection. Right, okay, so I'm in the tank. That back wall looks okay. It's this wall here, and you probably can't even make it out. I've got a head torch, I'm trying to shine the head torch at it. It's like come away, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply another coat of resin to this wall here, and this wall at the back here. Probably not the greatest video footage in the world. So yes, it's another coat might do it. Right, this job just got more horrendous. It's leaking from where I didn't put fiberglass on the wall, exactly from where I didn't put fiberglass on the wall. So I'm going to try and mat up the rest. There's not that much, fortunately. So yeah, let's give it a go. Right, not a good start. We've not got as much roving as we thought. The resin, I couldn't get the lid off. I've had to cut it off with the angle grinder. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mix the whole lot and do as much as I can, as fast as I can. We're not going to film it because we're going to be under pressure, so to speak. And you can see how enthusiastic I am about this. So all we do, we're going to decant this into the bucket, pour the catalyst in, give it a good stir, and then wham on down at high speed. So we'll come back to you when we see how far we've got. Right, okay, so day's gone from bad to worse. Looks like the resin's gone off. It's not even that old. It's been upside down now over this bucket for about 10 minutes and there's not a drop come out. So happy days. So at least we know exactly what the problem is. Where I'd put the roving on, the fiberglass, up to that level, it's totally watertight. Luckily I've done sort of, you know, over 50% of the tank as well, which is a blessing. So I've just got a strip about this high on two sides of the tank to do. We're going to have to wait until we run out of water next time and just use it to the 5,000 litre level for now. Having said that, it only loses maybe a couple of 100 litres, you know, in a week when it's full to the top. So yeah, a bit of a disaster. I'm actually quite pleased that I don't have to be down there doing the resin in. Yeah, what can we do? Nothing. So we get some stuff ordered. At least we've got it then for when the next opportunity rises, and this will be one for the future, I'm afraid. Well, not a total disaster. At least I've been able to have a proper look at the extent of the damage in inverted commas. The main reason we wanted to get the extra 2,000 litres in was because we're getting 20,000 litres delivered in the morning, but the outside deposit, that does leak. You know, not hugely, but it does leak, and the longer it sits in there, the more water we lose. So I wanted to get, the idea was to get 7,000 litres in this our storage tank, and 4,000 litres in the IBCs, which is 11,000 litres, and then the rest can sit, and if we keep decanting it, pumping it out as and when we need it, we shouldn't lose too much. But we can't do that now. So I've got a bit of a plan B though. because this interior deposit, which is just over there, you've probably seen it on other videos, I'll show you in a minute, that holds water really well, and we can get 7,000 litres in there. So what we're going to try and do when the truck comes in the morning, get him to put 7,000 litres in there, which we know is good. We get 5, maybe 6,000 litres in our storage tank. How many litres is that? 12,000. 4,000 litres in the IBCs. Well, 3,000 because we just filled one up this morning for nothing. So what's that? 7, 6, 13, 16,000, which will just leave 4,000 litres in the outside deposit. It doesn't leak so much when it's down at the bottom. It actually holds about 40,000 litres in total, and then get that out as fast as we can, knowing that we've got the 7,000 litres in the internal one, if that makes any sense at all. But so at least bonuses have been able to have a good look at it, a proper wade about. It's not too bad. So yeah, we'll repeat the process. We'll do it again at some point in the future when we run out of water. This is the inside deposit. It's in the lower courtyard. So that holds 7,000 litres, and we have that ready set up by this to pump it into our other tank. The truck stops just outside that opening in the corner there, and there is actually a hole in the bottom already where we should be able to get his pipe through. It's not too far away, so I'm going to do a bit of preparation to that so we can get the truck as close as possible, and we'll try and chat him up in the morning, and hopefully he'll be able to do that for us. This is where we get the truck to, and that wall I just showed you is there, and we've got a little opening at the bottom there. So if we can get him to here, if I just move the trailer and the goatee Don Quixote fencing, move the mixer, we should be able to get him pretty close. Then he's just got to go across the courtyard and into the well on the other side of that wall. So yeah, I'll get that stuff moved and see what happens. So there we go, we can make that out. We've got a nice big space there. He can get his wagons close up to that wall. They do have longer extra hoses on them for this job, so we'll have to wait and see in the morning now if he can do that for us. That would help us out quite a lot. If you remember from another video the other day, on a positive note, we did sow the leeks that we said. They're there. 24 cells, there's about 5 in each one, so there's well over 100 leeks in there. If they all come up, I don't know what we're going to do with them. Our little bay tree, we made spaghetti bolognese last night and took 4 of the leaves off. Absolutely beautiful. What an aroma and, you know, taste. Yeah, wonderful. Very happy about that. The broccoli, oh, look at them now. They're really coming along really well, as are the little salads as well, and the other tray of salads we've got there. So yeah, it looks like we'll be eating in winter anyway, veg at least. While I'm here, the rocket's doing really well, and the carrots, we had to put this cover over it because the cats want to use it as a litter tray. Look at all them. We could probably retire on if we could sell all those. It's like a lawn of carrots. Some of them are even getting the true leaves now as well. Great stuff. Put that back on. And the cucumbers, they're huge. This one's ready. We've got another big one here. There's a little one at the back there, if you can see him. They're everywhere. There's another one down here somewhere. There he is. Baby ones up here. Other tiny little ones, we don't know if they're taken yet. But yeah, we've got a great amount of cucumber. I'd also like to show you our melons. We've got 10 in total. Unfortunately, we bought the slowest ripening melons, going, but we've got some faster ones for next year, so we should have some earlier in the season. But apparently someone said the other day they grow like weeds here, which is fantastic because we love melon. The asparagus that we grew from seed, look at this now, it's doing really well. We planted 75 seeds and they didn't come up for about 2 months, and then once they started coming up, crikey, we should have in a couple of years, yeah, a good asparagus crop. So there we go. Yeah, everything's doing really well. As we've said before, we've never done anything like this before. It's our first time, and we're really pleased with the results that we're getting. We're still eating peppers. Last year's that have overwintered are still chucking them out. This year's are just starting to produce now. They've got little flowers, little peppers on them, so they should continue now, well, for months I suppose. Tomatoes, we should have succession planted a few more. We've got buckets of them at the minute, but they're not going to last forever. But we know this now for next year. You live and learn, don't you? Well, hopefully anyway. It's also worthy of a mention of the potatoes. We've got tons of them at the moment, and we'll probably grow them differently next year. Carrots, we've got tons of, as many as we need. Onions, yeah, we've got enough onions for Spain. So yeah, we're very pleased with what we have achieved this year, with, you know, being self-sufficient to a certain extent. Next year we reckon we'll be able to produce, judging by what we've learned this year and the mistakes we've made, next year we reckon we'll be pretty much 100% self-sufficient on fruit and veg, hopefully. The trees should do better this year, the fruit trees, because they were hit by that late frost that we had, unusual late frost. So yeah, and you know, if we can do it, anyone can do it. You don't need much space to grow. Even if you grow your favourite veggies, it's very satisfying. In this world of mass production, they're just churning this stuff out. You don't really know what you're eating when you buy, even if you buy your healthy veg from the supermarket, you don't know what you're eating, do you? You know, they're all treated with chemicals, sprayed with pesticides. Ours is 100% totally organic, and the taste is, you know, just so much better than anything you can buy. So yeah, I'd encourage anyone to do it. You know, just get a little bit of self-sufficiency, a little bit of independence, a little bit of, it's got to be better for you healthy wise, hasn't it, as well? Yeah, so go for it. If you're thinking about it, go for it. So there we go. Bit of a rubbish day. The tank, it's not the end of the world. It's not a massive problem. It's just a bit disappointing they couldn't get to sort it out once and for all. But it ain't going away. It'll still be there for me. So no worries on that. The veg, yeah, we're very pleased with that as well. Absolutely, you know, we're kind of surprised ourselves, surpassed whatever we expected. So happy days on that. So on that note, yeah, we're going to call it a day. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to all the people that have supported us. Hopefully by the time you see this time we'll have made our 1,000 subscribers. And thank you all again so much, and we'll be back tomorrow.